Hello, viewers. This is Cynthia Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will attain to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will attain to adult language. Now, if you're over 18, then you should get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. So basically, this episode starts off like this. We see the future lord of the land of the valley we see the future lord going to Victor's company in the land of the valley. So basically, there's a future lord who is the future lord of the valley was going to Victor's company to go see what the hell is going on, because the future lord heard that Victor was, heard from, basically heard complaints from Naruto that, they were doing some fuck up shit with the Hashirama cells. So basically, he went to go see that what Naruto is, what Naruto is telling him is true or not. So basically, Victor, when he got there, Victor was like, Victor was all being all hospitable and whatnot. So basically, but the future lord was like, was happy to be greeted by Victor and whatnot. But the future lord saying that I've been getting a praise from the Hokage that he was doing some fucked up shit with some Hashirama cells. So basically, that's the reason I'm here. So basically, Victor still really saw the future lord that there's nothing going on here. It's going on here. Meanwhile, Boruto and Sarada showed up a few minutes later after the future lord showed up. They came into the land of the valley to return Otherworld's wedding ring to his wife Mia. So basically, they met up with Mia and it turned out that Victor told him that his husband is dead or shit, so basically lied to Mia. So basically, that's when Boruto decided to tell Mia the truth about what really went down with your husband and his fourth Victor. Meanwhile, back at Orochimaru's place, we see Mitsuki. He's alright, but he's hooked up. Well, he has a tube in his chest, so basically. So basically, he just has a major organ transfer, but he'll have to stay in the hospital bed for a month until his organs really, settle in. So basically, he had to be hooked up to the machine after having a major organ transplant for a month. So basically, Mitsuki was not happy. He had to stay in this hospital bed hooked up to the machine for a month. He wanted to go back to the others, and help Boruto and Sarada out and his teammates. But Orochimaru said that some of your friends came to ask how are you. So basically, you got some good friends there. So anyway, Sugetsu, I'm sorry I'm pronouncing his name wrong, showed up and he said that I had the information that that Konohamaru and Boruto and Sarada are back in the land of the valley doing something in the land of the valley. So basically, some guys who said that Konohamaru was there to try to get the Hashirama cells back, and Boruto and Sarada are there to do something with the client who hired them, giving an artifact to the client who hired them. So basically, Mitsuki was like, I was going So basically, like Michi was like, he was taught like that. After hearing that, it's making Michi wanted to go, and that's when Michi's older clone brother, his older clone brother Gore, sedated him, and Michi went to sleep. Is to turn like you can't do anything in your situation. So basically, Gore gave Michi a sedative to put him to sleep. Meanwhile, back at Victor's company, Victor was taking the Future Lord to his main laboratory inside the company, but before they got to the main lab, he told the Future Lord and his two bodyguards they need to go for a clean room first in order to go to the main lab. So basically, Victor's assistant took the Future Lord and his two bodyguards to a clean room, to make sure they don't have any dust or microorganisms on them to get clean. That way they can get into the main lab. So basically, but turns out that this clean room cast a genjutsu unexpectedly cast a genjutsu on the Future Lord, and his bodyguard. So basically, unknown to the Future Lord and the bodyguard, the clean room actually cast a genjutsu on them. So basically, after they left the clean room and went to the main lab, they saw a lot of doctors treating people with diseases with the Hachiwama cells. So basically, it seems like everything was like people were being treated like it's a big thing that in this room we using the Hachiwama cells to treat people with illness, helping people to regrow limbs, regrow their legs or their missing limbs and whatnot. So basically under the genjutsu, like the Future Lord was amazed at all the good work he's been that Victor is doing with the Hashirama cells. He said that if the Hidden Leaf gets you any, I think that the Hidden Leaf people want about you using those Hashirama cells to do bad things to people. All I can see is good work, and that's when Victor's bodyguards used leaf to free him to free the Future Lord of the genjutsu that was cast on him in that clean room. Turns out Koharu and Mugo was disguised as the Future Lord's bodyguard. So basically, before the Future Lord arrived in the valley, they took out his two personal guards. So anyway, and that's when the Future Lord saw the real truth that he was using the Hashirama cells to make another divine tree. So basically, Victor was kind of pissed off that now the Future Lord know the truth that know the ugly truth that he was using the Hashirama cells to create another divine tree and whatnot. And that's when Victor really went off after Koharu cut his hand, and that's when Victor released the power of his divine tree that he used to create from Hashirama cells, and set his zombie workers on Koharu and Mugo. So basically, Victor was was pissed off that Koharu and Mugo show the Future Lord the truth about his ugly secret and whatnot. So anyway, while Mugo and Koharu was dealing with Victor and trying to attack the Future Lord, Boruto just finished telling Mia the truth, and Mia wanted to go get some answers from Victor and to see if her husband still alive or not. So basically, like Boruto, last time we saw your husband, Victor just accident, he was still alive. So basically, like, Maya wanted to make sure that Victor does still have to go ask Victor if his husband's still alive or not. So anyway, and that's when they heard a big rumbling coming from Victor's company. So anyway, back at Victor's company, Victor was watching his divine tree from the Hashirama cells, developing, was growing at a fast rate and whatnot, and Koharu and Mugo and the Peter Lord was shocked that, that Victor was able to create a divine tree from using Hashirama cells. So basically, it turns out that, Victor was like, Victor said, I already planned for the situation. So basically, Victor gathered all his employees upstairs in a room, in one big ass room. That way, this divine tree that he created can feed all his employees. So basically, it's got to be some real fucked up shit right there. So basically, Koharu and Mugo and was like, was basically outnumbered. So basically, they was in a tough situation, and this how the episode ended with, what Mugo and Koharu facing down an army of Victor's service, and also a divine tree, and Victor and his assistant watching them struggle against the divine tree and his army. And that's how the episode ended, with Victor watching Koharu, Mugo, and the Fifth Lord struggle against his forces and his new divine tree that he did finish creating. And that's how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode of Boruto. It kind of ended on a down note, but it was a good down note. It was a good distinctive down note. So anyway, this was a good episode of Boruto. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode of Boruto? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Please let me know in the comments below this podcast. So anyway, as always, this is Michael from Screen Reviews. Sign off. 1.